All right, before we get into today's show, we want to let you know about an event we have coming up in 2 weeks. We'll be at Duffy's in Lincoln Park. We're going to be doing some fantasy football with Miller Lite, so if you want to come by, we will give you a time at a later date, but you should come by. It's open to the public.
Yeah, remember that brunch they used to have at Duffy's?
Mm-hmm. I actually don't.
I used to live down the street. I used to hit it up when I was hungover, and it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. That was like early 20s. Going to Duffy's on a Saturday or Sunday was awesome.
Good Miller Lite.
Oh, elite Miller Lite.
Ice cold Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Ice cold.
Some of the coldest, if I'm being honest, and I love them when they're cold.
Yeah, who doesn't love them when they're cold? Listen, circle that date on your calendar, Monday the 25th. I think we're going to try to get some of you fans involved on this draft. So circle it, and we will let you know within the next week or so.
I'd like to get a fan involved as my assistant because I need help.
Okay. Yeah, because we're all going to be in the league. There's going to be other Barstool people in the league. We'll be doing a little fantasy draft, like I said, since football is here. Listen, Miller Lite, the official beer of the Chicago Bears. Go to MillerLite.com/stretch to find delivery options near you. Or you could pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Come to Duffy's. Drink some Miller Lite with us. Let's talk some fantasy football. And on that note, welcome to the stretch, everyone. A little bit later in today's episode, we will be joined by former Pro Bowl tackle Terron Armstead. He played for the
love
Dolphins.
that guy.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Really fun interview. He was at the Bears Dolphins practice on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get to the preseason game before then. But listen, for all intents and purposes, the practices mean more than these games.
Totally.
It's true.
All the starters played in that. So we're kind of backtracking, but I think you guys will really enjoy it because I enjoyed the firsthand insight from him.
Big time.
Yeah, so that's coming up.
Smart dude.
Obviously, the Brewers don't lose. The Cubs are in a really tough spot. So a lot to get to, but we will start with the Bears-Dolphins game yesterday. Instant takeaways. What do you have, Chief?
I loved what we saw out of Austin Booker. That,
to
me, was the biggest takeaway. That's a need. There are reps there to be won. He showed out. So he had the 3 sacks, the forced fumble. His energy is always he's always in pursuit. He never gives up on a play. I really like Austin Booker. Obviously, we're a little bit biased. I kind of root for guys who come in here. He did that before last season's. But I thought if you were wanting a particular position player to flash, you would want it to be an edge guy, and he did the job.
Yeah, I mean, to see him do that, and then to us talk about all offseason how Dio is the most unknown piece in that whole defense.
Yeah.
Makes you feel better about his spot
Totally.
in this whole thing.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm sure it means a lot to the whole defense. Like Dennis Allen's defense in general looked pretty good.
Yep.
Had a goal line stand, and listen, we'll get to Terron here in a couple minutes, but the defenses are the ones who have really been standing out, so I wasn't surprised to see that. But still, a goal line stand is a goal line stand, and Sewell looked good too. Like,
He looked like an animal.
Yeah, if he's going to take that third linebacker spot. But there were good things as far as the defense. On the offensive side of the ball, thought Bajent was fine. Threw a bad interception.
Touchdown pass was nice. It does look like he has a pretty good command of the offense.
Yeah.
So that's nice to see. But yeah, the offense, we didn't get many starters. The only quote-unquote starter who played some significant minutes was Braxton Jones, and he did not.
See, everybody saw the play where he just Olayed the defensive end. Yeah, and gave up an easy sack. Didn't even get a hand on the Dolphins' edge. But from what I read, and granted, I should have been watching him under a microscope more than I would, but from what I read, he was good aside from that one horrifically bad play. I don't know if that's exactly true or not, but you can't be a turnstile at, as a blindside tackle like that. And
it was against their second team.
Right.
Too. So that's part of the thing. It's not the end of the world if he's the starter necessarily.
I think he's going to be the starter.
You think he's...
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think he will. Listen, he's going to lose reps. He lost that rep. He's under the microscope. He's in a position battle. He's in one of the 2 biggest position battles on the whole team. So I get it. Like, everyone's going to watch that and be like, oh, like this is... Exactly. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I still think... Gun to my head, I'm going to go with the guy who has experience week 1.
See, I'm going to go the opposite. I think that if all things are even, Ben Johnson in this, Ben Johnson he is not beholden to Braxton Jones at all.
I didn't say
if
that.
All things are even. Why not get the guy that has room for growth over the next couple of years before the guy that's a free agent?
No, I didn't say that.
That's my thought.
I didn't say that. And listen, Ben's going to choose whoever he thinks is going to be the better option week one.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I have a hard time seeing Braxton Jones not being the best option week one.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think that's very fair. And like, I also think in normal circumstances, because he's been there, Braxton Jones would have a better command of the offense. But it's a brand new offense too.
Yeah.
So he's effectively starting on a level playing field. He's coming off of injuries last year. So it's probably more open than it would be in normal years. But yeah, I think he's probably the starter day one.
Yeah, I do too. I think you clearly saw too, like there was a pre-snap penalty and one of those red zone plays. Like they just don't have it all figured out yet.
Yeah, and the Dolphins had some of those pre-snap and the motions, and it's like, and I guess the broadcast was saying that there's going to be more of an emphasis on making sure the tackles aren't like a full yard back off the ball.
Cheating off the pass sets, yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be, I think, in line with the center's hip is what they're going to be trying to enforce now.
Which I kind of hate the nitpicking rule enforcement, but that's one that I've always said. Like, in my own head, I'm like, how in the hell are they on the line of scrimmage right now?
Yeah.
You know?
I do think it's one of those things. We see this every preseason where it's like there's an emphasis on this rule, and then by like week 4,
you kind of forget about it because everybody's buttoned up a little more.
Or the refs just stop calling it.
Or that too, yeah.
And then it comes up in a very crucial moment.
Yeah, we all know that's coming, right?
What the fuck? How are they going to call that now? They stopped calling that shit. But yeah, regardless, not really overly enthused or overly,
I thought Monungai looked like a decent player.
Yeah, Ian
moves
Wheeler.
His feet.
Both were, they were shaking tackles and they weren't really going down on first contact, which I appreciate. Playing through the whistle. It was, I don't know. It was as fun as you could watch, I guess, for a third and fourth string. Right?
It ended in a tie.
Yeah,
which is funny.
Yeah. Ben Johnson, clock management and improvement over the last coaching staff for sure.
And honestly, one of the most real game things that happened that I was happy about was Cairo Santos hit a 57-yarder.
He hit a 57, bomb. And I liked how they didn't kick field goals when it was just a chip shot. It's like, why? That's not practice.
Yeah, 4th and 3, you're going for it.
Fucking go for it. I liked that.
I wonder, like, obviously that was part of the Lions' DNA with Ben Johnson and
Jared Goff.
But I was thinking the head coach. I'm blanking for
Campbell.
Dan Campbell, thank you. And so I'm curious about when it's 4th and 3 on the 25 or whatever it was yesterday, and they went for it. I'm wondering if that'll change when it matters.
That's what I'm saying. I'm assuming it will, but like they were practicing as if they had to get the first down today. Everybody knows that Cairo Santos and any kicker in the NFL can hit a 25-yarder, so who gives a shit? Yeah. You're not practicing anything at that point.
And Santos has always been really good 40 yards.
Exactly. He's been
so
automatic.
I love that they lined him up there at 57. Granted, it was a hot-ass day.
Balls carried.
Yeah. Elements, course field there.
Yeah, elements are going to be different
totally
the fall. But still, if he could gather 50-plus yards in his bag, you got to feel good about that because he's one of those sneaky question marks where, like I said, you feel good about him from a certain range, but if a game comes down to it and he needs to pick one of the 50s.
To the point in the NFL where
I don't think
everybody has to hit a 55-plus yarder.
Yeah.
It's not like it was 10, 15-plus years ago where it's like 50-yarders the mark. Now it's like, we saw a fucking guy hit a 70-yarder this weekend.
I mean,
well, then we had the thing last year too with him where it was like he does try to do those line drives and it got blocked against the Packers on the long kick. So if he's got,
you just can't feel good about the guy 50 yards out.
No,
and it's not. It's just
so it's nice to see one go in.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. It's just a fact. That's just the way it's been.
Yeah.
But that's a really good point by you though, and that's something I don't think we've really brought up was what kind of coach is Ben Johnson going to be from a standpoint of being a riverboat Ron type. How Campbell was. Like, how much did he factor into gambling on 4th down like that? Are the Bears going to be like that, or was that a Dan Campbell thing?
I don't.
Curious to see.
Very curious to see it. Some of it is like you hear about the advanced analytics where it's like you're better off just going for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel like Ben Johnson is an analytics guy, a driver of that. So maybe was it Dan Campbell putting his nuts on the table, or is it more like Ben Johnson being like, this is what the numbers book says? Yeah. So I'm curious to see how that works out, and if is it a thing where like, hey, like we really trust our defense here, so we'll take our 3 points. Like we'll see how it plays out, but that is an interesting thing to watch.
It is. Anything else as far as the game is concerned?
I wanted to go back to Austin Booker really quick.
Do it.
We've all read about how raw he is because I think he was the youngest player in all of football last year, correct? Like the youngest birthday in all of football. 20, 21 or whatever it was. So obviously he's got physical room for growth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was it. He was the youngest player last year in the entire league. Physical room for growth. I don't know what he's weighing in at right now, but it looked like he put on a ton of mass.
I asked his agent.
And with that said, in light of me just calling him raw and everybody else calling him raw, he had on 2 of the sacks yesterday, one of them was a complete bull rush where he just picked the left tackle up and just threw him. That was on one of the strip sacks. And on another one, it was a spin move that looked like he was Dwight Freeney.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He is an athlete.
So, like, he's adding tricks to his bag. And obviously, if he can get home like that, and I'm saying this with the admission that I'm ignorant to Deo's game. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. Ed, can you help me here?
Abedenjo.
Abedenyo.
I think it's I don't think you pronounce the G's in that language. But anyways,
what language is that?
I think it's Nigerian. I could be incorrect, but I know a Northwestern player you don't pronounce G's. Anyways, and if Deo can just set the edge and let the linebackers clean up after him because he's forcing the offensive outside of him, not necessarily getting home to the quarterback, but downs 1 through 3, you are stuffing that offensive lineman. And then on 3rd and long, you get pass rush specialists like Austin Booker in there. Someone just pins their ears back and goes and gets the quarterback. That's a nice 1-2 punch right there.
And maybe it's a situation where you kick Dio inside on
that exactly, and that's
so
he might be a slower off the ball defensive end.
Yep.
Probably quicker than a typical 3-tech.
Probably.
So that is exactly where my head's at with him. However, just to be, I'll say, play devil's advocate against myself and what Austin Booker did. We saw this out of him last year in the preseason as well. In week 1 and 2, we had like 2 or 3 sacks apiece, I want to say, on the preseason. So obviously he's done it before in the preseason. I don't know how many sacks he had last year, maybe a couple in the regular season.
I think he had 3 the total.
If he can get home 6-7 times this year and add that to what Deo hopefully brings
Jarrett.
Exactly.
It's a whole different scheme. I think, Dennis Allen, you might have a situation where it's you're going to get sacks from Gordon, you're going to get sacks from Brisker, you're going to have the linebackers coming. So I think they're going to be
exotic stuff.
Pretty creative.
Yep.
Per his agent, Booker's up 15 pounds in lean mass, and
he looked it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He looked it. He looked like he put on some man strength.
He was so locked in all off season, figuring out what it takes to be a pro, and it's paying off. So that's from his agent.
Just fact checking for the sake of people listening, so you don't pass it off. He was not the youngest player in the NFL last year. He wasn't even in the top 10 or so.
Really?
Yeah.
Stunning.
I could have swore to God
he was 20. So he's
when he started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least when he was drafted.
Just throwing that out there.
Yep.
Yeah, regardless, I think now we can start transitioning over to Terron Armstead. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Totally.
He breaks down Braxton Jones and Ozzie Trapillo.
He's a believer.
Yeah, he likes Braxton, and he doesn't like a lot of other things, though.
Correct.
Unfortunately. Now, did this give you pause at all after talking to him?
No, not really, no. Not really at all. I anticipate there to be growing pains, especially in the first half of this season. But like my expectations shouldn't change based on wins and losses. I don't think. Like when what I told him, and he's like, I understand it. My expectations are that they compete for the division title this year. They have no excuses not to. I don't think they have any excuse to not compete aside from like if they get gutted with injuries in the first handful of weeks. And that's always, but like I said, that offensive or play caller should be hopefully one of the best in football and top the head coach. Quarterback first overall pick, the offensive line's revamped. We got, dudes at all 3 levels of the defense now. I don't think they have an excuse. So my expectation.
Well, it would come down to quarterback play.
Yeah.
And if you're saying there's going to be growing pains at the beginning of the season, that's a big problem if you're expectation is to be competing for the division.
Huge problem.
That's a huge problem.
But like, while they may have and they will have growing pains, they should be able to play over those growing pains, I think. So
yeah, I mean the defense is going to have to be locked in, ready to go. I
expect them to do so.
Corners were very much
Yeah, Nashawn Wright had a couple good plays, but a couple plays.
But more in the run game than anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll see. On that note, we will kick it over to Terron Armstead. Before we do, though, I want to talk about ChevyDriveChicago.com. ChevyDriveChicago.com is everything you need to shop and buy smart at your local Chevy dealer. Great styles, the latest tech. You'll look good and feel good about what you're driving. Now is the time to get into the Chevy family of EVs, Equinox, Blazer, and Silverado EV. Take advantage of all incentives today. Don't wait. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com to find your local dealer and drive one today. Those incentives run out very quickly, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
I think at the end of the month.
And guess where my car was over the weekend?
Where was it?
Getting all situated, ready to go for a big trip up north in Wisconsin. So oil change is done, wiper fluid in there. They just take great care of it.
They do. They really do. And look into those incentives. You definitely don't want to miss out if you're looking at one of those Equinox EVs. One of those Blazer EVs or the Silverado EVs. Make sure you get the best bang for your buck. So head to ChevyDriveChicago.com to find your local dealer today and hop in that Equinox, hop in that Blazer, hop in that Traverse. Traverse is my favorite. So go do it. Chevy Drive Chicago is great. Also, Part of My Cheesesteak. It's perfect for your game day meal or late night eats. Part of My Cheesesteak offers a wide variety of cheesesteaks, loaded fries, and popular desserts, all delivered right to your door. Now that preseason football is underway, Part of My Cheesesteak added a brand new combo on its menu. Introducing the big one, an original classic cheesesteak, your choice of our brownie bites or donut dippers, and a drink, all for a discounted price. Go to partofmycheesesteak.com to order with code PMC20 for 20% off. Dave, please take us over to former Pro Bowl tackle Terron Armstead. Whoosh. All right, welcome to The Stretch. Today we are joined by former offensive tackle, Pro Bowler, Southern Illinois native.
New Bears left tackle, potentially.
Terron Armstead. Welcome in, dude. Thanks for doing this.
Of course. Thanks for having me on.
So if we do need you.
No?
You're done?
I'm in an advisory role. I'm a consultant. I work with guys on their technique and how to be the best version of themselves. But me personally, I'm done. I'll never play again.
I got a buddy who played at Northwestern. He said once you're done playing, all the skinny guys get fat, all the fat guys get skinny.
Yeah.
You do look too skinny.
You would need to put on a few pounds.
Yeah.
What are you down to right now?
270.
We got a box of Cheez-Its if you change your mind.
I'm cool, bro.
Dude, think about it. You could do your show out of this office.
It's true.
You got a YouTube channel, right?
While I play?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Komet does it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if he does it anymore.
He had a podcast last year throughout the season.
It was close to here.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
So you could think about that.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
So you were at practice today. The Dolphins and the Bears had a joint practice. You played last year with the Dolphins.
Yep.
We had the elevator ride up here. You were like pretty sloppy.
For sure. Yeah. So I was with the Dolphins for the last 3 years, but I'm unbiased.
Okay.
Not really. I'm rooting for the Dolphins. I'm going for the Dolphins for sure. So even watching joint practice, from my perspective, is being Dolphins friendly or being on the Dolphins side. But I can honestly say it was sloppy. It wasn't great work, especially from the offense. Bears defense caused problems all day. Dennis Allen, who I have a lot of history with, being in New Orleans together for many years. He was our defensive coordinator with the Saints. His scheme really caused a lot of problems with offense. The protection, Tua probably was sacked 12 times.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of free runners, a lot of pick games, just different looks that Dolphins haven't seen yet, and they got a heavy dose today. Secondary-wise as well, those guys made plays. Kevin Byard, I think he had maybe 2 interceptions. It wasn't a great offensive day for the Dolphins.
So tell us about Dennis Allen. All those guys on the defensive side, like a lot of respect for him, or did he have a voice like throughout the whole team? What was that like with Dennis?
Yeah, with DA in New Orleans specifically, it was a Sean Payton organization, a regime for sure. So he had a strong footprint on the team. But Dennis Allen and the way that he orchestrates his defense, he's confident in his scheme and what he's able to, the challenges he's able to present to opposing offenses. But the thing we had in New Orleans was Drew Brees.
Big difference.
So a lot of competition in those
that
practices.
helps.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And Drew would be able to read things, but also we went against each other every day. So I talked to Dennis Allen today on the sideline, and before practice he told me he wasn't going to do much. He was going to keep it pretty simple. He wanted to see a few coverages. Then I talked to him towards the end of practice, and he felt like Mike McDaniel had a lot of motions and exotic movement, which made him get more exotic.
It's like, oh, we're doing this?
Oh, yeah. He pointed to the middle of the ring. He's like, all right, you want to go?
That's something that Dennis Allen will bring to Chicago. That, like, this the type of time we on. Like, the smoke, he wants the smoke.
Yeah.
And I saw from those guys today in Chicago, he got a lot of young dogs that want to smoke as well. They flew around today. They got after the passer, and they created turnovers on defense. So I think the Bears fans should be excited about what they're putting together on that side of the ball.
We love a good defense
offense too. That's
the only thing we've ever known is a defense that cooks, and then an offense that you're like, God.
Yeah. And I noticed you didn't mention the offensive side of the ball, so the Bears did not look very good.
Well, we didn't get there yet.
Yeah.
But since you mentioned it, the Bears offense was equally as sloppy, or maybe even more sloppy than the Dolphins offense. A couple explosive plays. They got a receiver, and forgive me, I should know how to say his last name. Number 14. I don't know how to say his last name.
Is that OZ?
It's the new guy I saw that he hit for like 80 yards today.
He has a chance to be a game changer.
Okay. So you got guys that caught your eye.
Okay.
He did. He made probably was the positive on the Chicago Bears offense today. Him and I think a few runs look well. Those guys up front were able to create some lanes up front in the run game. Passing wise, Dolphins had their way. Caleb Williams really struggled to see pressure. He struggled to see blitzers. He made a few plays today, but not many. Not many. It was pretty spread out. So I think Anthony Weaver on the Dolphins side, he created some challenges with his pre-snap presentation too that Caleb just had a hard time seeing.
Now from your perspective and your expertise, like did it seem like simple shit, or did it seem like Weaver was really dialing it up? And be honest here.
I don't think Weaver got too exotic.
Okay.
I think Dennis Allen had got more deeper in his bag
because McDaniel did.
He felt that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
He felt like Mike was doing more with his emotions and all that, and trying to confuse his guys. He didn't like it. Weaver, I don't think he went deep in his bag, but he did have a couple disguises, sent a couple corners that got home, sent a couple linebackers that got home. So Caleb would have been sacked quite a bit today.
Yeah.
What's the intensity like out there today?
To me, it started off a little slow, man.
Okay.
I've been through 12 training camps, and we had quite a few joint practices when I was with the Saints and some with the Dolphins too. And it always start off with 907 or team run. It gets pretty rowdy early. Today it didn't do that early in the practice.
Okay.
One-on-ones were a little quiet, not too much trash talking. I like to see that. I like to see some trash talking. I want to see some fights in joint practice, all of it.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the essence of joint practice. But it got going, and they got after it. They started taking each other to the ground and had some fights on the sideline. Not that you want to see fights, but you want to see that intensity.
I want to see fights.
No,
I want to see fights.
I
Yeah.
want to see fights too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got going. I think the Dolphins offense struggled to move the ball on the Bears defense, so it really was quiet on that side. First play of team practice for the Bears offense was an interception. Jordan Brooks
Saw that.
picked off Caleb Williams. So they had a little celebration over there, but it didn't get going until third down period. That's when the chirping started.
Is the defense at this stage of camp, is the defense typically ahead of the offense?
Exactly what I was just about to ask.
Great question, but it's hard to say because for me personally, I was in the same offense for so long.
And he had
Same
Drew.
quarterback. Yeah.
And we had Drew Brees. So, man, from day one, we kind of picked up where we left off. In Miami as well, like I've been a part of some really explosive offenses in Miami so far in these past couple years. So it's hard to say if the defense is further along. I wouldn't think so, and I don't want to give either offense any excuse.
I'm looking for excuses.
I won't. Yeah. I won't. Okay. I think seeing a new look for the first time. So you've been going against your defense for 2.5 weeks, and now you take the first reps against another scheme, completely different. That can be a challenge. But I mean, this the NFL, bro. You got to be prepared for what they put in front of you.
How about intensity of a joint practice versus a preseason game? Is it same level of intensity, or is it ratcheted up for the actual game?
I would say it's the other way around.
Okay.
I think the intensity is more in the joint practice.
Interesting. Okay.
I think you get more out of a joint practice during camp than the preseason game.
For some context here, too, for people listening, we are recording right after practice on Friday. So the Bears and Dolphins just wrapped up like an hour ago. So this is before – I'm just giving a recording schedule. This is before they played the Dolphins, or they play on Sunday.
Yep.
So the preseason game, which they've said, Caleb's not playing. 9 guys on offense ain't playing. 9 guys on defense ain't playing. So this is more meaningful than the game to me, almost, right?
Definitely.
And that's why I would say that, because you get the roster. The ones starters most likely not playing. If they are, it's one series. Okay. But in practice, they're getting the reps. Like you get to see, and you want game-like reps. So I think the practice gets more intense.
How was Ben Johnson on the sideline? Was he a complete psychopath like we've been reading, or?
I honestly didn't have – I don't know Ben Johnson personally, so I didn't have much interaction with – or any interaction with him personally. Saw him a couple times kind of moving down the sideline, but nothing close quarters. I do know Declan Doyle really well, who was the offensive coordinator. And it's crazy to see Declan because years ago in New Orleans, Declan was like – an assistant bringing coffee to the room.
And he's only like
quality control guy.
Yeah. No, for sure. So, man, it's amazing to see how he's climbed the ranks. And he's an offensive coordinator now for the Chicago Bears. It's crazy. Even the offensive coordinator for the Dolphins, Frank Smith, he was my first offensive line assistant coach. But the head O-line coach didn't let him talk. Like, Frank couldn't say a word in meetings. And now to see him running the offense is pretty crazy. But with Declan, he's a lot of energy. He's very, very smart. He spent a lot of time with Sean Payton in his hip pocket. So he knows how to make adjustments. Okay. And I think in the game, you'll see the plays that they got free runners and sacks today will be picked up Sunday. That's what I will hope to see.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's good. But that's what, and for the record, too, 14 is Olamide Zaccheaus. And a lot of people said in camp, Ben Johnson said he's been a guy who's impressed. So.
He looks scary.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. He's been in the league for 7 years.
Really?
Yes, dude.
Wow.
Yes. Been in the league for 7 years.
Man, ball in his hand, he looked like a running back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was impressive.
He's been working this offseason, I guess.
I see.
For sure. But that's what kind of been the theme of the show, like. So myself and Ryan, we've been kind of a little more reserved. Dave's like full sprint, like I expect this team to win 10 games, really make the playoffs. And I'm like, man.
I don't like to put a number on it. I'll explain my thought process.
He's not with you, though. You gotta take that reaction.
So to me, they have no excuse. I mean, they have a brutal schedule. It's a gauntlet. Fucking
the division alone.
And the division's awesome. Yeah, but they have a 4th place schedule and they're playing the Ravens. The Bills, I think.
Bengals, Eagles.
Yeah, they got a brutal schedule. So, like, I don't want to put a number on it, but my expectation is that this is a team that can beat any team in football on any given Sunday. And if you can beat any team in football on any given Sunday, then why not make the playoffs?
Yeah.
And they have the head coach that everybody wanted, second-year quarterback. They sunk all the money in the offensive line. The defense, to what you saw today, should be very good. I don't think they have any excuse not to be good. Like, I don't want to hear the first-year head coach thing. Like, at first-year assist, like, it's off to the races, go and win.
No, I completely understand where you are in that
Don't treat them with kid gloves. Tell them.
No, for sure. I'm trying to, like, formulate my response. The thing that talent-wise, like, if you look at the roster, you see they're strong in this room, they're strong in it. They're like units. They look good. The roster looks good.
Yeah.
It's so many pieces that have to come together. Ben Johnson being in his first year, not an excuse at all. To me, And I hate to be that guy, but Caleb Williams have to be special, elite.
Totally.
He has to be a number one overall type production. From today, I'm not seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that he can't get to that by the time the season starts. But his process has to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-snap process, identifying where he is in danger, because he can't take free runners hitting him from blindside. He can't.
He did last year, but he won't keep lasting.
That's not. You're right. It's not a good formula. So if his process is able to improve to where he's identifying his threats and he's able to get the ball into his playmakers, which he has a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
If he can do that consistently, then I'm on board with
and quickly.
I didn't see that today.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
What was it that made Breeze, you're one of his linemen for a decade. What was it that made him so special? And was it something when you, like, the first day you were working with him, you're like, this guy's unbelievable?
It's that, his process.
Yeah.
Drew prepared like nobody's business.
He had to.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
He wasn't like a physical freak.
Absolutely.
Right. He had
a brain.
To. Yeah.
He was accurate.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that was his superpower. His preparation was his superpower. And the fact that you said he had to is true for sure. Caleb has to.
Yeah.
Because he is a physical freak in college. He's not a physical freak anymore. In the NFL, these are real, like everybody's physical freaks.
Yeah.
So now you're just another NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to have that same process to be able to diagnose much quicker, get the ball out of his hands much quicker.
Now, being an offensive lineman for a dozen years in the league, so what is it, 3 weeks till first week one?
Yeah.
3-4 weeks, whatever it is. Is that enough time to, improve that your reaction process and your timing and all that? Or is that, do you need like weeks into the season,
It's going to take reps for sure. Yeah. Reps and experience. So the more he plays and the more he's behind center and he's seeing his stuff is going to help. I think that Ben Johnson is putting a lot on him right now that I think will start to taper off, and as they start to narrow down and get more micro-focused on beating certain defenses and coverages, that'll start to help, and I'm sure that'll improve his process. But it's time on task, and we have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to see it consistently, and the talent is there. Like I give him that,
mm-hmm.
but his ability to roll out and escape rushers and all that, he won't be able to do that in this league. You know what I mean? He's fast. He's quick. He's not Lamar Jackson fast.
No.
You know what I mean?
He's got that shifty little sidestep.
Yeah.
He is more of a pocket guy.
Totally.
Yeah.
He has the ability.
Yeah.
He has the ability, but I would love to see that process speed up and where he's not taking hits.
Yeah.
I don't want the quarterback taking hits. To get the ball into the guys that get paid to score touchdowns.
Any insight? Because the big position battle for the Bears is left tackle, and there's supposedly 3 guys in the running for 2.5 maybe.
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5. But it's Ozzie Trapillo and Braxton Jones are the 2 guys battling for it. Did you see anything from them when you were watching practice that you were either that's not good or like that guy could be a player?
No, I was encouraged by the offensive line individually today. Braxton Jones, we spent a lot of time after practice.
Okay.
Me, him, and Darnell Wright spent a lot of time taking sets. I saw some things that he could clean up overnight. That
really?
I think,
okay.
he can clean up overnight. That I think will help.
Stuff?
Technique things, his thought process on how to combat certain rushes.
Which guy are you talking about now? Jones or
Braxton?
Braxton. Okay.
Braxton Jones. Yeah. He has great arm length.
Mm-hmm.
And really strong hands, but he's not using it as much as he should or consistently.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of catching rushes and letting guys get into his chest first, kind of the safer route of pass protection, but it's not safe at all. So I think as he understands that, and maybe I don't know, I maybe got through to him a little bit.
Okay, awesome.
Just things that you won't be able to really understand until you talk to somebody that actually does it or just finished doing it. You know what I mean? For a long time.
Like it won't come from a coach really.
Not really.
It's got to come from a peer.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think Braxton has the ability to do so. And if he can incorporate some of that, like using his strengths, his length and all those good things, I think he can lock up that left tackle spot and kind of take it for where it's not a competition anymore.
Yeah. What about Darnell? What'd you see out of him? Because he was like the highly touted draft pick and
a lot of talent.
Yeah,
a lot of talent. His potential is through the roof. I really liked him. I liked him today, for sure. I was impressed with him on a couple rushes against Chop Robinson. Okay. I feel like Chop is a phenomenal pass rusher. Mm-hmm. He did struggle more with Jalen Phillips and more so inside moves, but his struggles were coming from self-inflicted issues. Darnell he's given up more space than he needs to.
Okay.
And that's something that we talked about after practice. Also something that you won't necessarily know that you're doing until somebody can pinpoint.
Like, hey, man, yeah.
How do we get you on staff? How do we get you on staff?
I'm expensive.
Okay.
I'm expensive.
Hard to get you out there right now, right?
No, for sure. But I'm free, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not trying to be on staff. Anything I see that I feel like
I'm trying to get you on staff.
That's not happening.
Okay.
Not happening.
You can't reiterate it enough.
Yeah.
So Dan Rochar is the O-line coach for the Bears. Mm-hmm. Dan Rochar made me.
Okay.
He is a great offensive line coach.
Okay.
And as he's peeling back the layers of technique issues, and people have to unlearn so many bad habits first. Yeah. So then you can start to teach and learn a lot of the right stuff. O-line is a position of reps. It takes a million reps of doing the right things until you finally like, all right, I got that part. Now let me get to this second element of technique. And those two guys are just in that spot where they have to get more and more reps of doing the right things right over and over. Darnell, his potential is through the roof, and Braxton as well. If he can play to his strengths, you guys will be solid at tackles for a long time.
And the veteran guys that they either traded,
Joe Thuney,
Dahlman,
Jonah Jackson,
they look good.
Yeah,
they look good.
Yeah,
Joe Thuney, he's been doing it at a high level for a long time. Yeah. Super Bowl champion. Jonah too as well, moving inside. He looked really well today. He looked strong. And the Dolphins got some interior guys to challenge you. Zach Sealer just signed a huge deal. Very well deserved. He's an incredible player. And Jonah and Thuney did a good job inside today.
So where was the sloppiness coming from? Was it just under center?
I mean, some guys lost individual battles, some one-on-one battles. Some quarterback kind of hanging on to the ball a little too long, just trying to find his guys, or waiting until a guy separate. Instead of throwing with more anticipation, seeing it before. So that's the thing for Caleb. I would love for him to see, just get some more anticipation, more process of understanding where he's in danger. And man, he do that, he'll light people up week after week.
I just pulled up your spot track. No one's pulling him off the beach. He got some good tackle money. He made some good tackle money.
I did all right.
Good for you.
Especially he had no state income tax, so that was nice. Last couple years.
I did all right.
Yeah, I did all right.
You did well, man. What like honestly though? What if like Sean called? What if Sean Payton called?
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did. Sean Payton called me. I sent him the invite to my retirement party, and he had to get like a knee scope or something, so he couldn't make it. And he called me 2 days later. So my retirement party was April 5th. Sean called me April 7th. Listen, you don't have to answer right. You don't have to give me an answer right now, but I want you to come to Denver. I want you to I'm not exactly sure what role, what position, but I think you will be a great coach in this league for a long time.
Send him a picture.
Sean, get off my goddamn phone. I just retired 48 hours ago. Like, let me enjoy my. Yeah. You want my kids to hate me?
How old are they now?
My twin daughters are 12, and my son, he's 8.
So that's like the prime age.
Prime time. Yeah, I gotta be there. I gotta get ready to fight some teenagers. I'm ready.
You would be a very scary dad, I would imagine.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
getting my push-ups in.
Yeah. And was Sean like, all right, fine?
No, not at all. He's like, yeah, that's okay right now, but he said he feel like I'll do it one day. I don't think so. I don't think I'll ever be.
What about going into like the booth or anything, like broadcasting?
Oh, he's doing YouTube, so
yeah, I'm doing YouTube. Yeah. I enjoy the in-studio analyst work. Mm-hmm. Broadcasting, calling the game, I think will be fun, but I like to be able to just kind of talk ball, talk different things, different scenarios. So I'm doing my YouTube, my podcast, The Set, for everyone listening.
Yeah.
I like that.
Get over to the set. Terron Armstead.
Great name, by the way.
Very good name.
You know what I mean? Jump set, quick set, all that. I did all that for a long time. So
we were talking names before this, so I was complimenting his name.
Yeah, it's hard to come up with a good name.
I know, that's exactly
in
what
the room,
it is.
and we're like, dude, our names, our
Yeah.
show is called the Mid Show for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And he was like, oof.
Yeah.
yeah, I like the stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch is better. Stretch is an upgrade for sure.
Thank you. Have you gone up against either of our DNs? Do you remember that at all? Sweat or Dio Adengbo from Indianapolis?
In Indy, yeah, not much though. But Sweat, I haven't. We haven't.
Oh, really?
Nope. Nope. When he was in Washington.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope. Did not play against each other. I think that one time we played against the Commanders, he was not in the lineup.
Okay.
So I haven't seen him personally, but I did get to see a lot today. Those guys battle. I feel like our tackles did pretty well.
Yeah.
Against the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Paul, left tackle for the Dolphins, he has really owned this left tackle spot since the departure of your boy, and he's doing some great things. It's been impressive watching him so far. Austin Jackson is out right now, so Larry Borum stepped in.
It's our old guy.
Right tackle. Yeah,
former Bear.
Yeah.
I like Larry a lot. He did some really good things today in pass protection. He's using his length. Now I think I was able to kind of unlock a few things for him too, and he had a day today in pass protection. He did really well.
I think he had a hard time staying on the field for us, which does happen to guys. You know.
Yeah.
It's just
He
the
has
nature of
flashes
football.
here where he looked decent.
Yeah.
But
Who's you're lining up at left tackle, and you're like, oh shit, this guy's about to pin his ears back and try to get the quarterback across your entire
who's like
NFL
the
or even
scariest
college career.
matchup?
Yeah, man. Well, I had so many battles against the Bears. Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn.
Yeah. Oof.
Dog, that was that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Akeem Hicks is on the inside too, so I'm not getting a
Just
slide
that
help.
house
I'm not
of a
getting
man.
help from a
Yeah.
guard or a center. Like, it's 1-on-1. Robert Quinn, Khalil Mack, playoffs, everything. You know, so those were definitely fun matchups. Fun matchups, and I don't miss them at all.
Yeah, dude, I always say, as filthy as Mac was, Hicks was like a big key.
A dog.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so good in that.
Felt like he was like
season.
the heartbeat of that team.
Yeah,
too.
totally.
So
Like your guys, you look in the inside, and they're like, fuck.
No, bro. Akeem Hicks was a mountain of a man.
Yeah.
And he was crazy.
well, his mic'd up. I think it was like a Monday night game. They had him mic'd up against, I think it was the Vikings. And you're just like, this guy's terrifying. Just like the way he's like running his mouth. It's like, oh my God. Like, I would be horrified to line up against him.
No, he's crazy. He's like actually great dude though. Like off the field, you get to know him personally.
You played with him, right?
I did. That's my dog.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
We ended up training together in the off season, kind of like later in our careers. But before that, no, sir. I was not a fan of the guy. He was a wild card, bro. In New Orleans, like Akeem Hicks is fighting every day. And it really didn't matter which O-lineman or what would make the fight happen, but every day it was happening. And we would be in walkthrough on Saturday. We got a game Sunday. Walkthrough on Saturday, literally just walk through like
You're walking.
he would all of a sudden bull rush the shit out of somebody just for no reason, bro. And there it is. Here's the fight.
There we go.
That'll do it.
King used to be tripping.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
He was a great player.
Awesome. I loved watching him.
He was awesome. Like he was just, you felt so good about the defense.
Yeah.
Just setting the tone with him. Man.
That 2018 defense, because you had Rowe as a rookie.
Yeah.
They had a lot.
No, that defense was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
insane.
We played you guys that year, right?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or I know we did 19. We blew a bad game against you guys, a Soldier, I remember. I think it went to overtime. Do you remember, does that stick out at all?
I think we got you guys. Teddy Bridgewater was the quarterback.
Yep.
We got you here.
He's in trouble right now for bullshit reasons.
Yeah, I think that's all resolved now.
I hope it is.
Yeah, I think that's all resolved.
I hope it is.
Sorry, let him.
He I think we got you guys here with Teddy Bridgewater, and then we beat you guys in the playoffs in New Orleans. It was a hard fought game, but we got
the Nickelodeon game.
I fucking hated that game.
That was the Nickelodeon game.
That
right?
wasn't,
and not just because we lost. It's because that was the first year of the extra wild card.
Yeah,
we limped to that spot. We limped for that last wild card.
It was the worst playoff game I've ever watched.
Oh my god!
And
Javon Wims missed that touchdown pass.
Sure.
Bro, that game was the worst. Like I as a fan, it was like a chore to watch.
Horrible.
It was like watching a preseason.
Yeah, it was
like
brutal.
watching a preseason game.
I felt like it was a closer game than y'all are giving them.
It was closer, but it was just the fact of the team was just.
It did not.
It was one of those things where like the score was close, but the Bears never were going to win that.
Yeah.
We're not at all going to win.
And we were coming off of 2018 where we had a fucking phenomenal season, won the division, lost a double dunk. Unfortunately, we were thinking we were going to come back that next year. Mitch was going to be better. Things were going to be better, and then it was just like I said, we limped. I think we finished. We were like 8-8 or something that year.
Yeah.
It was something really, and it was just like, well, all right, we're just going to go to New Orleans and lose. It was just kind of.
Yeah, it was inevitable.
Yeah, it was. It was, man. It really was. So
you weren't there. You wouldn't have been there in 2006 then, though.
No, I'm not that old.
Yeah, not that old. When did you graduate high school?
09.
09. So you're a little younger than us. Did you ever play East St. Louis?
No, I'm from East St. Louis area, Cahokia, but my high school was a little smaller.
Yeah, they always petition to play up too.
Yeah.
Did you ever go see those pyramids, those mounds there?
Oh yeah, Cahokia Mounds for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
We did a podcast on it.
I know.
It's actually crazy history.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I've never even heard of it. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
They were like, at a time, it was like the same population as London at the same time. They could figure it out by how much like shit was in the soil. They're like, there was 50,000 people here, like living in Cahokia. It was like a major city.
Really?
Before Columbus, yeah.
I'm embarrassed. You know more about my than I do.
Yeah, dude.
Well, you've been there. I've never been there. I'd love to go to the Cahokia.
They took us on a field trip in like 4th grade, and we were racing up the mountain.
I would do the same thing.
I feel bad about it now.
No, it's sweet. I think people run up those mountains for thousands of years. That's cool.
That should have been the Chicago, the big Midwest city at one point.
Yeah, it was.
That was it.
That was
no way.
Yeah. Cahokia.
Yeah.
I need to do my history, man. That's sorry.
Next time we have a show about it, we'll call you in.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll call you in.
That's a bit.
Yeah.
Do you all? Is it just one thing you pull out of your back pocket every time when you're trying to talk to, like, what? Now you're retired, so it's a little different. As years go by, less people will maybe recognize you, but you'll always have that card where it's like, I was the fastest 40 time for an offensive lineman ever.
You know what I mean? It's gonna get broken one day.
Yeah.
But until then, I will. I'm not ashamed to let people know.
Yeah.
That
What was the
I have an
number?
NFL record.
4.65, I'm guessing.
4.65 unofficial time, which sounds
I did
way
not
better.
look that up, by the way. I swear to God.
You're good. You're good at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare like Drew Brees.
He just said he didn't prepare.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't look it up. It was just a guess.
That's just
Subconsciously, probably.
sheer athleticism and knowing ball.
for sure. Mental athleticism.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. Yes.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But the official time is 4.71. And that's
Okay.
it. Me and Lane Johnson, same day. 4.71 me, 4.72 was him. Wow. So we both broke the record, but
What is that?
faster than Lane. You got the rings. I got the 40 time, Lane.
That's great. Dude, thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So when do you release stuff on the set?
So Monday. I'll be
Monday?
live on the set. Mondays and Thursdays. Every week.
Sweet. Awesome. We'll go watch this. We'll see how the game shakes out on Sunday. And we really appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, great insight.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right.
You guys.
That's it, everyone. All right. That was Terron Armstead. Thank you again for coming in. Honestly, didn't know what to expect. He just retired. A lot of guys are like, I'm done with it. He was as locked in as anyone.
That's where it was like I kept trying to be like, why don't you just get into coaching? Why don't you play more? 'Cause it's like we've known other guys who have retired before, and they're just like, they're on the beach
For sure.
and he is not. Like it seems like he's watching film, and
Yeah.
I thought the little nuggets about Drew Brees were pretty interesting too.
Very interesting.
Like we didn't have to worry about shit.
Yeah, I think it's probably very hard to report anywhere when you made 120 sheets,
Yeah,
120 million sheets in the league.
it's pretty good.
So that's really good.
Yeah, good.
So
for
shout
him.
out to him. Good dude. We enjoyed having him in here.
You shake him down for donations to your alma mater?
No, I did not.
No, okay.
Is that your thing?
No, not at all. I don't know
Your
why you said
fundraiser.
that.
You
Oh.
should be. You're
Oh,
the
yeah.
two most prominent SIU guys.
Oh, no, he didn't go to SIU.
I thought he did.
No, he went to Arc Pine Bluff.
Okay. Hey, you know what? My mistake.
No, I was like, wait, what is he talking about?
I thought he was
from like down south,
Illinois,
Cahokia.
Yeah. All right, then maybe that's.
I thought he went to SIU. I guess I was off on that. My bad.
You probably think Cahokia.
Yeah.
It's all good. But yeah, needless to say, he gave me a lot more pause about this season.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like that practice was dreadful.
I'm hoping that, it is live bullets, sort of live bullets for the first time, and that we got another 3-4 weeks to get everything ironed out.
Yeah. Listen, it's not the end of the world, but I do wish he played.
Caleb?
Yeah.
You got 70 snaps pregame with all the guys.
I know. I do.
So I don't know. We'll see him next week, I'm sure.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I read that
remember how awesome he looked last preseason?
Yeah.
I read that he didn't play because they were happy with how he looked in the 11-on-11 versus Dolphins in the practice game.
Well, it sounds like from other people, like the guy we just had on the show, that's not true.
Well,
who'd you read that from?
On the Bears Reddit. It was a quote from somebody.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'll go look it up right now.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens this Sunday. No word, as far as I know, about who's going to play and who's not going to play against the Bills.
You would think that he had some.
Yeah.
You would think. I hope. I don't know. Fucking Nagy was.
At this point,
most guys didn't play at all.
Can we get rid of, at most, there needs to be 2 preseason games?
Yeah, it's going to happen. I think 18
games,
and 2,
it's
right? Coming soon.
It's coming. It has to, because within 10 minutes of watching that game yesterday, I'm like, this is god-awful football.
Yeah.
I didn't know a single name of anybody outside of, Tyson Bagent, really. Ian Wheeler, the rookie who hurt his knee last year in Hard Knocks.
Guy from Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
I was so excited to just watch football and see the Bears back on the TV.
I was until it fucking started.
And then it started, and then I was like, all right.
I have something else that I like.
What?
I like the painted end zones.
Yeah, that looked nice.
So
I like the Navy end zone.
Yeah.
Why'd they decide to do this, and why was that like a Mama Bear thing where she's like, no, can't have it or something? Because why did people care about this? I never even noticed that they didn't do it.
How?
I mean, it's not something you really look for.
But once you've seen
once I saw it,
realized.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Look at
It's
that.
like the last time you saw a painted end zone for the Bears was like the Super Bowl in 2006. So
maybe it's a city trying to, butter them up a little bit to stay there. I don't know. Who knows?
We'll give them painted.
We splurged on end zone paint.
Hey, I don't know. The field, besides that, the condition of the field looked great too.
Yeah.
By all reports.
I was on the field for that summer series, the soccer thing, the week before. Looked like great turf.
Did it?
Yeah.
And they probably redid it since then. Because those fucking
They redid the lines for
soccer
sure.
guys definitely chewed it up a little bit.
Nah. They were just out for a Sunday stroll.
All right. Let's get into baseball.
Let's not.
I mean, it is true. Like Big Cap keeps saying it. He uses the tank.
I think he only said that in the group chat.
Yeah.
It's 100%.
The Brewers don't lose.
They don't lose, and then
don't
it was like a perfect Frank storm because the Mets played the Brewers, and like yesterday, like the dramatics, the comeback, it's just like holy fuck. And it was just when the Brewers won that game, I did bet on the Cubs, but in my head, I'm like, I know they're like the Brewers winning that way means the Cubs are going to lose, and now it's like you look at it, I think they're
6.
They're 6 out, and they have a 5-game set against the Brewers coming up. They are going to be 10 games out in like a week and a half.
They'll probably split with them.
I know. We're still there.
How do you split a 5-game series?
Still there for the wild card, obviously, but you want to win the
Who
division.
fucking cares?
I care.
I don't think that they're going to catch fire as the wild card. And this team looks so dead.
But
and that's why it feels like you're Frank the Tank. Because you look at the record, like 67-50, like it's pretty fucking good. But they look completely lifeless.
I know, but it is baseball. Every team hits these stretches. It happens. It's a long season.
Yeah.
And the Brewers are hitting their stretch tick early, maybe.
But I don't like it. Feels
now,
like
I did say that the Cubs were winning this division like 2 months ago by 10 games.
I like that positivity. I like that spin zone. I might run with that.
It's absolutely true, though.
It kind of is.
What
no,
teams,
I don't even think that's a spin zone.
especially the Brewers are a fan-fucking-tastic organization. Now, I hate organizations that refuse to spend money because I believe that all can and most choose not to. However, if you're winning, it doesn't matter. And the Brewers win consistently year over year. They're like the NL Rays, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, Andrew Vaughn is not going to keep doing it. If he does, like, I'll admit defeat and say I was wrong, but he's just not going to keep doing this. And he was like 2 for 12.
This is why he's in on the Cubs, because he still hates Andrew Vaughn.
No, I want Andrew Vaughn to carry on this torrid pace he is the rest of the year because that hurts the Cubs. I want to make it clear. I could not care less about how good Andrew Vaughn is playing right now. It didn't work out for him with the White Sox. It seems to be that it's working out for him in Milwaukee right now. Good for him. The White Sox had it was time. Just get rid of him. They did. They got an innings eater for the second half of the season for him. Good. That's it. I don't care if he puts up MVP numbers the rest of his career. I really don't. I really, really, really don't.
Well, that's good.
It's like when I know, but I'm bitter about
it with 7 bombs.
If you look at the All-Star rosters this year, Carlos Rodon was an All-Star, Garrett Crochet was an All-Star, Chris Sale was an All-Star. Who I want to say Chris Bassett was an All-Star, maybe. Like it was just like White Sox draft pick after White Sox draft pick was and those are the guys that I hate.
Dylan
the White
season,
Sox.
that might be the best staff in all the baseball.
There you go. Cease's had a bad year, but
if he's your 4,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But my point is like I'm bitter at the White Sox for letting those guys go because they're still awesome. I'm not bitter about the White Sox letting Andrew Vaughn go because he had every shot on earth to make it work on the South Side, and we all heard that he was a lazy ass and didn't work. I don't care. Good riddance. I'm glad he's doing well in Milwaukee because it's hurting the Cubs. So. And people are like, "Oh, you're such full of shit." Like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. I'd say so if it pissed me off. I'd be like, "Fuck this guy."
It would piss me off if a guy that we invested heavily in and gave every opportunity, and he was just like, "Fuck this," and then he gets traded, and the light switch comes on, he becomes what he was always supposed to be. That would drive me insane. I understand like your anger is always more at the organization, and I get that, but it's like, where would the organization be if they had the right culture and guys like Andrew Vaughn where this is like a stupid meatball thing to say, but going back to 18, had they signed Harper, who is a pro, and he sets the tone for everyone else, the White Sox are probably pretty fucking good because they would not have operated the same way. Like those guys all came in and got worse because the inmates were running the asylum.
Yeah. And it's true. It's revisionist history. It's a revisionist history that I think you're probably correct with. However, at the same time, like I just do not care about like I guess fuck him, sure, but like I don't care.
If a guy in the Blackhawks did that where he was a high pick and then left and then because he was a bum and then went somewhere else and became a superstar, I would be furious at that guy. I would hate him forever.
Now, maybe if like Cleveland or the Tigers or someone picked him up, that'd be a lot different because it's like this guy's going to be but he's going to be terrorizing the Cubs, maybe perhaps, and he's terrorized the Cubs for at least a couple of months. So that's like where my head's at with it. However, the White Sox are, in spite of their little 6-game skid, this past.
Well,
week.
let's finish the Cubs real quick here, because
okay.
this turned into an Andrew Vaughn thing. But I listen. I don't know what you can say. The Brewers are just so fucking good. I get that this is the most dead the Cubs have looked all year. That doesn't mean I'm giving up on them as a squad, though. Like,
what are your expectations now?
I still want to make the playoffs. Like,
I think they'll make the playoffs
because I know you're like, what's the point? Listen, I'd be very excited to see the Cubs in a wild card game. Is it ideal? No.
Yeah, I can't get the future out of my head when I think about them, and it's like they punted on the deadline. Their big acquisition lasted 2 innings before he had to be set down. And it just feels like that team needed a shot in the arm. The organization decided not to for whatever reason, which we've talked about ad nauseum now. And it's just like, I think they're going to make the playoffs. I'll be excited. I'll watch the game. But like, if they had gone for it, if they had added big-time pieces, I would have been like, let's go win a World Series.
Yeah, but I just can't. Like, the Mackenzie Gore thing, I think that took over, and that got a little crazy, man. Like, you see how Matt Shaw's playing right now? Dude, I'm keeping Matt Shaw.
Sure.
Mackenzie Gore, like, we talk about, we need that number one. He's not number one. And we're talking about him like he is. Yeah, he's an upgrade in the rotation, but he's not a number one. So what is he going to do? He's going to slot in at two or three. Sure, it makes the rotation better at large, but I don't know. I just think we want to keep going back to the deadline. In the end, I think we'll be happy with what we did not give up. I really think so. I really think we will.
We'll find out. I mean, I just think that I don't think they care about winning, and that's my point. So no matter what it is, if they don't care enough to go for it when you have a really good team, and we don't know if Matt Shaw was in it specifically.
I know. That was the rumors, though.
Yeah, those are rumors. And I like Matt Shaw a lot. He plays a good third base. He's got pop. Like he's
one of the only bats that's
he's looked
stepped up here, but
he's looked really good. I'm like, I don't know. It just to me, it's just it's now I'm like, would you have been better off just keeping Cam Smith? Because their record probably wouldn't be as good, but they'd probably still be in contention with a wild card with Cam Smith instead of Tucker, and then you're on this building path. Instead, they gave up their top guy.
I don't think you could say that. Granted,
but they're not going to sign Tucker. They're not going to sign Tucker.
I don't know if we know that. This is a hard debate to have because
I feel like you and I do know that.
Why?
I feel like we talked about that. I've heard whispers from people
that they're not going to sign
that they're
Tucker.
not.
I've not
from a very good source.
I have not heard that.
Okay. Well,
so if
we'll talk offline.
All right, that's fine.
I could have sworn I told you this.
No.
Okay.
If you're fully convinced that they're not going to sign Tucker,
I am.
That's a different story. Yeah. Then of course it's going to be bad. It's going to be pandemonium for sure.
Right.
As it should. It should be a fucking nuclear meltdown.
What are you showing me here?
What does that look like to you, Ed? What
looks like a lot of losses.
A lot of losses.
Yes.
It's the Cubs losing a lot. That's the end of the first half of the Cubs 2016 season. It was just loss. It was like 15 18 games or something.
They had that bad patch.
And no, I've been wrong. I said that the Cubs were going to win the division by 10 games when they were like 2 or 3 up on
But you,
Milwaukee,
much like everyone else, didn't see the fucking Milwaukee Brewers turning into the fucking 99 Yankees.
I thought they were going to turn into a pumpkin again, to an extent. I thought it was going to be, it wasn't going to be their folding
I didn't think they'd
Captain
be a pumpkin.
Cons in the race, but like
I
thought it was
dominant.
It's been absolute sheer dominance from them, and I don't think anybody could have expected this.
Oh.
But another thing, I saw the Cubs have the best record in baseball since May 15th to the Milwaukee Brewers.
I know, that's the thing. They are in the same division as the one team who is red hot and the best team in baseball. And guess what? We open up a 3-game series this week against the second best team in baseball. So a lot of things aren't going right. A lot of people are frustrated. I get it. It sucks because the first 2 months you're like, oh, let's go.
Playoffs,
like October.
Mm-hmm.
We're back in October. Cubs are back in October.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say that so confidently anymore.
I mean,
they're 4.5 games up on the Reds.
Yeah.
No, they're 6 up on the Reds. They're 4.5 up on the Mets.
My apologies. Is that how that reads?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I guess and they just lost that series to the Reds, and then you look at the run differential thing. Okay. The Cubs are second in run differential, plus 117. Brewers are plus 132. Nobody else in all of baseball is over 100. And so it's just like I don't know what's going on. Like everybody's cold at the same time.
Yeah. But what goes down must come up.
I think they're not going to play this way. If they play this way for the rest of the year, they will not make the playoffs.
But the Mets are playing horrific.
The Mets are they're one in their
They've lost 7 in a row.
1-9 in their last 10. But I don't think we've heard the last from the Reds either. So we'll
Cardinals milling around, Giants.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
Need to just put together winning weeks. You can't be going 2-4.
You can't.
Be going 2-4, losing 2 series.
Now, are you guys a little worried about your 2 studs, your 2 MVPs right now? Because I think there's cause for at least out of one of them, maybe both of them.
PCA, you're saying?
PCA, he has not looked good, and that on base is dipped under 300. I mean, he's electrifying. His defense is obviously what it is. His base running is next otherworldly good. However, his offense has taken a nosedive.
It has. I think slumps happen. I think that lineup is good enough to let him even out. Is he ever going to hit that fucking
torrid? Yeah.
I don't know. Is he ever going to be as good as he was at the beginning of the year? Who knows, man? Because it was such a beginning of a small sample size.
Right.
Yeah.
But long-term concern is not really there.
It shouldn't be. But he needs to start making better swing decisions for sure. Because
they pinch hit him yesterday.
When he gets
for Justin,
cold,
they pinch hit him.
Yeah, he's gonna be cold.
Yeah,
like ice cold because he doesn't walk. It's like Tim Anderson, if he's not finding holes, and he refuses to walk, that's an automatic hole in the lineup,
for sure.
And you got to work around that. But when he's hot, obviously we've seen what he can do. But I'd be more worried about PCA than Tucker's long-term little power outage now the last 5-6 weeks.
Tucker's a vet.
Yeah,
he's been through a full season like this. PCA really has not. So that's the difference.
We have seen PCA.
I weirdly wonder if the Ricketts are like happy that Tucker's been kind of booty cheeks, as the youths say, over the last couple months.
Yeah. PCA has 3 hits since 3 hits in August. Like,
not good.
Not good.
Not what you want. Anything else outside of baseball? Or did you have anything, White Sox?
White Sox are good.
Yeah, they're not.
Bad week.
No, they're... See, like
that was a bomb by Colton Montgomery.
Oh my God, he fucking killed that ball.
Fucking Joe Borchard.
That was Joe Borchard territory. So that was obviously every White Sox fan's instant reaction when he hit that ball. Joe Borchard, because you don't see people go onto the concourse like that on the fly. 452, awesome pimp shot. I can't believe he's been as good as he has been because how he struggled. Like, how do you go from struggling mightily, getting dominated against double and triple A pitching, and coming up after getting sent to Arizona to tweak your swing in the middle of the year and then just start lighting it up?
Good tweak.
Whatever. I mean, I said this to the 108 guys this weekend. We had a little live show at the stadium on Saturday, which was good turnout. Thanks to everybody for showing up. And you could see a palpable energy where it seemed like everything finally started to click for all the young guys at once. And it was against the Cubs in that first game when they just teed off on Shota. And even though they lost 6 in a row last week, they were still pissing on the ball, and all the runs they were giving up were from guys that like didn't matter, like Aaron Savale and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't have cared less. Like, yeah, they were losing, but like you saw, Kyle Teal was still really good. Caro's still really, like, all the young guys have been really good and really fun to watch, and they bust their ass. All, like, if it's a little chopper in the infield, Kyle Teal is a dead fucking sprint.
They play the right way.
They play the right way, and as much as I hate this clown, Ken W.O. made a great point. We sat together in the bleachers this weekend, and he goes, so Lennon Sosa has been just pissing on the ball too, and Lennon Sosa is the exact player I hate watching play baseball because it's just boneheaded move on the bases after boneheaded move on the bases, throwing to the wrong base defensively, making stupid fucking mental errors at second base or wherever he's playing. But if there's one dumb guy on the team surrounded by 8 other smart guys on the team, which every player on the Sox right now I would classify as a smart baseball player, out of the young guys, that is, then you can hide that.
Yeah.
And hopefully those guys, their baseball acumen kind of rubs off on him in a good way. But he's been absolutely roping the ball. And if you have a second baseman that's hitting 285 and hitting 25 bombs, you got yourself a player. Mm-hmm. So
for sure,
still a lot to like on the south side. However, there's still.
And you said this about them. It was, I think, at the Cubs series in Wrigley, where you're like, and the Sox made an error to that game. It's like, this is weird. They don't beat themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, they're not very good, but they're not. They're not giving away
by like 1 because they didn't have the talent to scratch out that extra run.
Correct.
Then they all came together, and there was like I said, that palpable. There's a stupid. It's not stupid. I love it, and it's very real. Hitting's contagious, and there's nothing statistically or analytically that proves that. But anybody who's ever played baseball at even the worst level JV high school baseball knows that that's absolutely true. And for the last 6, 7, 8 weeks or whatever, the White Sox offense, and shout out to Ryan Fuller and his entire staff, they've been on such the same page. They're moving runners. They're hitting gaps. They're hitting a ton of home runs right now.
Yeah.
Everybody 1 through 9. And it's been really fun. And I hope that they can complement that with some better players in the offseason. Rumor has it they have shown enough to the front office where they might add a couple guys like a Josh Naylor this winter who would be a perfect fit on this team. So
sure they will. How about this for
exactly
a last baseball stat? Best record in baseball since June 1st. The Brewers are 42-16.
That's insane.
Since June 1st.
Filthy.
42-16. The Cubs are 31-28. So like a little bit better than 500.
I know, but no, 41-28's
31-28's not.
I thought you said 41.
No.
Oh, sorry.
31.
My apologies.
Yeah.
I thought you said 41.
Marginally over 500.
42-16.
Mm-hmm. They're red hot, man. Anything else before we wrap up here?
No.
Only other thing I have is UFC's back in Chicago on Saturday.
They also signed a pay-per-views are dead.
Yeah.
Paramount, $7.7 billion.
Did I read that as they said the numbered pay-per-views are going to be on CBS?
Yeah.
So that means that can't be.
I don't understand how,
because that's their big dog pay-per-views. I figured they'd put those on streaming because they want people to buy the service.
Yeah.
And they put the fight nights on.
Maybe.
Because that's how it is now.
That's how it is now, right?
Yeah, but if you're CBS, what are your sports franchise? The only thing anyone cares about now is live sports.
Yeah.
So the only thing that they have some college football. They have the NFL. That's it. So if live sports are the only thing that matter to these networks, this is the way.
They have March Madness.
They have March Madness,
which is huge.
Too. Yeah, it is. But it's a month.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a marquee game for college basketball too. But I feel like the UFC for big nights is going to dwarf whatever they're doing for regular season college basketball.
Yeah, and I guess Saturday night's not necessarily great programming anyways. Like you'll be able to sell a lot of advertising for Saturday nights in spots where you were running reruns of the fucking Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Or whatever
CSI,
the hell whatever that
Detroit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But still, it is surprising that they're effectively switching what it's always been, where the lesser cards are behind Paramount and the big ones are on CBS.
Yeah.
That's going to be weird to be able to watch a big main event. Although
I mean,
I will kind of miss that though. I hope it's because a lot of those post-fight,
dude, they might feel bigger because it's available to more people. Like,
but I hope they don't water it down though. Like all the people's concerns about NFL and Red Zone going with ESPN, I kind of do have concerns about that too.
Why?
Because, dude, these post-fight pressers are fucking awesome. The way the shit these guys say, like if they're gonna censor,
I didn't even think of this.
If they're gonna censor our guy Black Beast, like
that's a good point.
You can't censor Black Beast.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
His balls are hot.
Listen, and this literally broke like an hour before the show.
Yeah.
There's probably gonna be.
I didn't think.
Listen, Dana White's great at what he does, so maybe this will be explained by the time this airs. But I'm just saying that's a little cause for concern right out of the gate.
But
And
you're not
he's
initial reaction.
Like he's a free speech absolutist. He is
Dana
not.
White?
Yeah, Dana White.
Yeah, but it's also it's not even about free speech. It's about network TV.
I understand that he's gonna say. I would imagine he says absolutely fuck that.
But
he's a businessman too.
Aren't you allowed a few F-bombs after 11 or something like that?
I don't know.
I think there is a rule about
that when Breaking Bad was running, they were allowed one per season. When she's like, I fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. All I know is that would suck because it's not even just him. It's all these guys.
It's all of them. Yeah, right.
It's must see what they say in the octagon after a fight ends.
It
He
is.
doesn't know who the Black Beast is.
I know that quote.
It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, hot balls. Yeah.
All right.
My balls was hot.
But yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be better than buying pay-per-views for sure. So.
Yeah, and it's like, can you grow it? And I feel like back in the day, like our parents' day, the big fights like Muhammad Ali and all those are on network TV. Like the whole country was captivated, or you went to like a movie theater to watch it. Now and then my whole life for boxing and UFC, the big things have been on pay-per-view. So if you make it available to the masses, like I think you're growing that sport. And like I said, they don't have a ton of sports franchises or live rights So I think it's an interesting move. It's a good move.
All right, then. That's a stretch. Thank you to Terron Armstead for coming on again. Really enjoyed having him.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to have him again.
Yeah, I told him mid-season we'll get him back. We'll get a little update on our offensive line or not. So
can we take a trip to Cahokia with him?
Yeah, he was blown away. That's it, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Friday.